Welcome listeners to Sir LENZO'S MEMOIRS. Now, on this episode, the discussion is actually about the puny gods of the judiciary, the puny gods of the judiciary. Now, I'm doing this episode really because of the appeal court's judgment on the Osun elections, and it's actually it's a circus, really. Why I say that is because before now, there was this judge that said that INEC should accept old voters card. Now, there is this inherent right that they always, alluding to. And in each instance, they always try to, take the right of self from the right of all. You see, the elections that we have done in Nigeria and that we have been doing in Nigeria for some times are digital elections. The electoral law has been amended. Now, when a law is made, it is by us, the people. It is not a judicial matter. The people of the country, through their representatives, have sat down, held plenaries to reach there. The court should stop using their gigantic, useless discretion to go totally way out of legal standings and start looking for technicalities that don't exist anywhere. We make the laws that govern us. The judiciary should always stick to the law, because when the judiciary, the appeal court, at this age in 2023, with all the digital analysis, the metrics, the facts that the digitization affords you, start going back to the past, that the foundation is a voters register. Which particular voters register? Who declared that as the foundation of that design of the elections? The INEC is independent. It is independent, just as the judiciary is. You will follow INEC's process. The process set out by INEC to the letter. You are not supposed to always go outside what the law entails and start to look for some, humanities of emotions to arrive at judgments. What nonsense is this? Look, they are telling you ChatGPT and all these analytics are looking at legal things because these are facts of life. They are not contexts of concept now. If you just have a concept, that was what Oshibajo told the judiciary. That common sense over seeming bias for technicalities they're always looking at. That what? That you are the sharpest? It really makes nonsense of our investment in BVAS and everything just to make these things fair. The laws are there to be followed. Follow the damn laws. Start thinking you are smart. What nonsense is that? The puny gods of the judiciary, they will just take a matter entirely from context and start to judge it, that they are judges. And so what? What discretion do you have? The discretion you have, you have to use within reason. You have to use the discretion you have within reason. Look, already now, they are already going to the, what do you call it? To the presidential tribunals. The issue here is this. You see, the PDP submitted, because you should pick the date, the case from what was happening now. They submitted a synchronized BVAS. Now, to dodge that synchronized BVAS, they are now saying it is now the voters register. What nonsense voters register? What did you now invest all that money for into the BVAS? Do you know how much you used to do the elections? They will just come and start to bring context from one archaic, prehistoric point of view. Are you putting Nigeria in 2023 still in the time you are saying voters register? Voters register. Do you even look at the authentication of that? How many people have died? Why do you think we are doing BVAS? They will leave everything that makes sense and start to find one technicality that does not. And if you are not a judge of the Supreme of the appeal court, are you not a god? That was why they judged the matter in Bayelsa anyhow. They are not saying it was God. Stop. All these puny gods, you please stop. Use the evidence before you and stop going outside the electoral laws to start to think of one thing. That was how, almost during the election, one judge said that they should. What are you talking about now? Is the judiciary exclusive of the country? Are you not inside the country? Is it not what is happening inside the country that you continue to work with? And I really think it's high time we unbundle this judiciary. And all these old benchers should make way for younger, more dynamic minds. What nonsense? What nonsense thinking is that? What kind of level of backwardness is that in judicial terms? People are making modern slave laws. You are saying now that which foundation? Who built that foundation? Who built that foundation? Those that were in the very first set of, have some people not died? Is it not dynamic? Is it not always changing? Just so that they can accommodate the overvoting. That was why they did that. Meanwhile, the BVAS, you see, the brilliance of the BVAS is accreditation, so that they will know the human beings that voted. And it is there that anything overvoting, it is there in the law now. Why are they now going outside the law to make a decision? Nobody conferred that on you. Please, the judges should know, and we should discuss this judiciary once and for all and put them in the right place. Huh? By virtue of, it's the law being an ass does not mean we're all assholes now. But these days, the law being an ass is just not an excuse, because the metrics are captured digitally. You will see who voted. You can see, you can know the name, you can know all those details of who voted. You are now hanging inside one prehistoric voters register as reason for the injustice. Is that what the Supreme Court, the appeal court is saying? They will now start to look. We should discuss it, please. We really need to discuss it. They should stay within the laws. They have been doing it now. They will just go outside the law to make it. As who? You don't make laws. You interpret laws. But we must always know that what everybody must respect are these laws. The laws must be respected, because the laws are made by the National Assembly, and that is the biggest representation of us. How can some 3 people, 4 people just come, just leave the law totally and start to say a technicality? What nonsense technicality is that? Huh? In an election, the rules of engagement were known by all. The rules of engagement were known by all. The judges were not there. The rules of engagement was agreed to both by APC, PDP, and all the parties. INEC went out of their way to sensitize everybody on all their processes. So you have to look through these processes and look for error, not for you to start to make new laws. Puny gods of the judiciary. They will just say because they have discretion. You must use your discretion with reason. Use your discretion with reason. That was how some 3 appeal court justices said that Nnamdi Kanu wants him because of it. What nonsense are you talking about? Look, and the judiciary should be very careful, because that is what PDP is always trying to do. They will bring a falsehood into the court. When in 2019 they brought the server, they took the server all the way to the Supreme Court, and nobody in that hierarchy of legality could actually point to them that you cannot be using a lie to chase a truth. It's a sin. It's a crime. You cannot be using an obvious lie to chase a truth. Personally, I was waiting, because when PDP introduced that synchronized BVAS, it becomes a crime. Once PDP introduced that synchronized BVAS, it becomes a crime, because INEC conducts the election. Where are they getting that result? That means they have entered inside the court, you understand, with perjury. Huh? They are doing it now, and the legal system in Nigeria will just do as if it is only sense that they used to run it. Are the rest of us stupid? I have even said it. This synchronized BVAS, when they took it, that is INEC and everybody said, what does synchronized BVAS really mean? They took it to the petition now, petition tribunal, whatever they call that nonsense. Huh? How can you now say it's voters register that are using to judge in 2023 after we have made the law? Why did we now go through all that stress? Why did we now spend all that money? We the Nigerian people are trying to verify the authenticity of our elections. The judges now don't run us now. You are now saying it is the foundation. Which foundation? Who be the engineer, who designer? Was it actually ever the judiciary? Were they blind when they were making the law? They were passing it. They were signing it. Are they not updating themselves? Look, everybody they talk, say everywhere they hot. It go hot, if these judicial judges, that's why they are saying this one will go here, this one. No, the metrics for taking these decisions are before you. Digital, that's why they are collecting the data now. Yeah, what the appeal court has now done technically is they have now invalidated the BVAS. Who the hell are they to do that? Saying there's a voters register. Did we not decide and work to come up with BVAS so as to take care of the problems we're having with the voters register and authenticating our elections? He's now saying it's a foundation. Who built it? Are you now a NAS member? Or look, this idea of judicial supremacy based on technicality should stop. You are making judgments based on our laws, not based on your thoughts. The judiciary is to make laws based on our laws, not based on their thoughts. Huh? That was what they were doing now. They would just say, talk from this perspective. What nonsense is that? You just take, this is an election, no? The rules of engagement were known from the beginning by all parties. All parties. No new law can come into it. And please, we want to know what synchronized BVAS is. They took it to the election tribunal now. The appeal court is now doing as if it's not a part of it. They are accusing the guy of many things now. They are now saying the foundation of it is... Who said that one? Which election? Which year? Which law are they using? They must state the part of the law they are using, Joe. Which law are you using to get there? Which law is the appeal court using to reach that judgment? They are not bringing the case for you to come and start forming God on top of now. You have to look at the evidences as given uni. They brought synchronized BVAS into that matter. What happened to it? They are now saying is voters register. Who brought voters register into it? How did voters register? How did he enter inside the discussion? Because where they were coming from, it was BVAS versus synchronized BVAS. Where are they now basing their own on, what do you call it, voters register? Why? Where? Why? How can the appeal court now introduce what was not in it before? Obvious lies. They will do meeting, they will talk, say they should investigate them. They collect money for back job. What nonsense is that? 3-man panel, Yahoo here. What nonsense cheating is that? They are now saying, they brought, me, I've been waiting for it, synchronized BVAS. Because this is not the first time they are doing it. They brought several, can you imagine? They brought several results. PDP brought several results. And the judiciary will not point this thing and throw the thing out of court. They'll start to entertain rubbish and start to make all of us look as if all of us are stupid together. What nonsense is this now? When they were now asking, they were now saying it was from here, it was from there. That means you actually, the party brought fake to compete with truth. Once you bring a lie to compete, it is perjury automatically. But they will now do as if they didn't say anything. Look, the judiciary, we really need to even discuss. We need to unbundle it. We need to unbundle that judiciary. Puny gods of the bench. They should use their senses to make them stop all that rubbish. Just because election, we are very serious and very aware and very futuristic in our own matter. What's the country going forward for if the judiciary is putting it back? They will just say it by the discretion, which nonsense. Discretion with reason. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Really, let's discuss. Thank you.